While we're on the subject of storytelling, I just want to give you a really good example of why storytelling is so important. You might have seen recently that Camp Beer Co. won the BC Ale Trail Best Brewery Experience Award. And that's basically for your overall experience when you go to Camp Beer Co. Now, not only did they win that award, but they also won Best Tasting Room Experience at BC Beer Awards, and they won the same award with the Growler. They won a Growly Award for that. They have an amazing experience, but they're also really good at telling their story. They're really good at advocating on behalf of their brewery to all of their locals and fans. I know for certain they posted at least 2 or 3 times to their followers to vote for them in the BC Ale Trail Best Brewery Experience. How many other breweries know for certain that they shared that with their locals on social media? Did you let them know that you are in the running for Best Brewery Experience and to vote for you? That's just something to plant there as a seed. You need to advocate as well on behalf of yourself, and you need to tell everybody how amazing you are. You all have amazing experiences. They're all very different. It's not just about the beer, it's about the whole community feel and what people are going to experience, your staff, when they go into your tasting rooms. All right, so let's go on. We're going to start with showing you a video for our brand new Sea to Sky Ale Trail. This is just a short social clip of the video to give you a feel of this amazing new ale trail. So we're super excited. We just launched that last week. So first we're going to talk a little bit about what the BC Ale Trail is, and then I'm going to introduce my team to you. So the BC Ale Trail, because we've got so many new staff at breweries, I'm going to go right to the beginning of how it all got started. So we're a series of self-guided itineraries highlighting local craft breweries and businesses that support or work with the craft beer industry throughout BC and the supernatural landscapes that surround them. So essentially, we're pairing craft brewery experiences with your local communities and what they can experience there. A lot of that is getting out into nature, but it's also urban experiences. How can we showcase your region? And we're targeting beer enthusiasts across BC, Alberta, and Washington. So we've got over 220 breweries, 55 DMO partners. DMO is Destination Marketing Organizations, 22 ale trails, and we work with 75 plus ancillary business partners, so taphouses, cideries, private LRSs, businesses like that. How was it formed? Back in 2016, there were a bunch of creative, like-minded people who sat around a table, and I'm going to use Ken's phrase, we knew we had a world-class wine culture. How do we now showcase our world-class craft beer culture? So we had some consultants, social media magicians, writers, craft beer innovators. Essentially, it was Ken Beatty, Paul Kamen, Joe Wiebe, the number, they all got together and applied for funding through Destination BC's Cooperative Marketing Partnerships Program. So in 2019, as Dana mentioned, the Guild was able to take over the program as the lead administrator, and BC Craft Beer was officially declared a sector by Destination BC. So just like wine and skiing and golf, we were now a sector in our own right. So our leadership team is Ken Beattie, the BC Craft Brewers Guild board, and myself. So what's the process? I'm just going to give you a high-level overview here. The Destination BC Co-op Marketing Program runs April 1st to March 31st. Every year in November, we submit an application for funding after spending much of September and October in planning with our DMOs. In January, we get advised of our confirmed amount of funding. Our budgets are finalized and the campaign year is mapped out. On April 1st, we get started. Our final report for the previous campaign year is due April 30th, and we submit an interim report in August. So what are our goals? We support the provincial tourism strategy to sustainably grow the visitor economy through innovative marketing and seasonal dispersion to increase tourism revenues, which provide social and economic benefits for the residents of British Columbia. So we're driving consumer awareness of BC craft beer, leading to increased demand and enhanced revenues for you. Generating awareness of BC as our world-class craft beer destination. Supporting collaboration between the DMOs, breweries, ancillary businesses, and other sector organizations. And our marketing strategies build a positive brand which supports diversity, equity, and inclusion. So here's just some analytics for you from the BC Ale Trail from 2016 to now. So 1.6 million people have come to our website. That's over 1 million sessions. We've got a list of our top 10 countries for visitors and our top 10 cities, and this is all at September 1st. Social media, we're just over 21,000 on Instagram. We're starting our TikTok, so we've just started growing that. And then you've got the other stats there. So how are we funded? Destination BC will match the funds that we raise up to a maximum of $250,000. So each year, we renew our partnerships with the DMOs, and we will often expand to include a few new ones. The DMOs pay a baseline, and it's a tiered rate based on the number of breweries that they have in their region. They also have the opportunity to invest in some add-on marketing tactics like tasting passports, which many of you have been involved in or will be in February. Not all DMOs invest in add-ons each year. So each year, our brewery members pay a baseline investment or a membership fee for the BC Ale Trail. When we first launched in 2016, it was $750. It then went down to $500, and now we're at $250 each year. So our annual budget for the past few years has been around $440,000 each year. So where does that baseline go towards? It's all of our global tactics. So these are the things that we do to promote the BC Ale Trail campaign at a provincial scale, and it gives us the resources to maintain the campaign. So things like we partner with Tartan Bond on PR, traditional advertising, print ads, digital marketing, content creation, websites, social media, blogs, newsletters, our mobile app, website maintenance, graphic design, coordinating all of the tactics, consumer shows, going out to festivals like Vancouver Craft Beer Week, print materials, and merch. And that's for prizing, to support campaigns, and to share brand awareness. What are some of the things that your DMOs can purchase as add-ons to help promote your breweries and your region? So the tasting passports, an Ale Trail refresh, some new photo and video, influencer campaigns, road trip journals, print map brochures, fam trips, collaboration videos. We have collaborated with Mountain Biking BC. That's one of our sector partnerships. And then traditional ads. And now I'm going to introduce our content team. It does take a whole team of people to be able to run this campaign. So our content manager is Joe Wiebe. We've got a content creator, Gareth Ford, who's not with us here today. And then our social media team, Juliana Sontag and Tamara Vidito. Did I say that right? Close enough? Vinito. Membership coordinator and app administrator, Lundy. And then we have Paula, who's also not here with us today, and Lundy, who work on fulfillment. And then we also partner with The Number in Victoria for our website maintenance, graphic design, and tactic coordination. So I'm going to hand over to Joe now, and he's going to talk a little bit about what he does.
Hi, everybody. Most of you probably know me by now. My name's Joe Wiebe, but you can also call me Thor if you like, or Bigfoot. Those are common nicknames for me. So I'm the content manager for the BC Ale Trail, and my main role is managing the blog and managing the overall writing of the content of the website and the various things that we do to put out content. So with the blog, I basically help manage the calendar for that, figuring out what we're going to do. We generally publish a blog on a weekly basis. Sometimes we add extra blogs along the way if they make sense. Usually we publish them on Wednesdays, just so you know when that's happening. We about probably half and half. We write the blogs in-house, so either I'm writing them or another member of our team. And then we hire writers to do blogs for us as well. And we have a really good team of writers that we work with, but we're always looking for new people too. So if you know people in your content creators in your own areas or just people in your networks, let me know. Content management is more about the whole kind of brand that we're putting out there through our writing and through our voice, and that's something that I'm really careful to try to manage. And we just brought Gareth on, who Monica mentioned. He's based in Whistler, and he's going to be helping more and more with that, which is great to have another writer on the team like that. You want to move on? Okay. I also do media relations. Ken and I kind of split that duty, is the best way to put it, because Ken's based here in the Lower Mainland and I'm over in Victoria. So that involves talking to the media as needed when things come up in the industry and events and things like that, helping to write and edit media releases, working with our PR partner Tartan Bond on that sort of thing, trying to come up with story ideas that we can present to the media to try to get coverage in the press and on the radio and TV and so on. And consulting with the DMOs about when we can get. Sometimes the DMOs bring writers in for various reasons to promote BC in general, to promote their regions, and so I'll try to encourage them to get them to spin them by your breweries and things like that, or to if they're looking for a beer focus to a visit, then I try to work with them on that. So it's another good thing if you have good partnerships with your DMOs. Make sure you tell them that I can help, figure out craft beer angles to their visits and things like that as well. And sometimes I even host those visits. So if there's writers coming to Victoria, for instance, I'll take them around to some breweries and introduce them to Paul Hadfield or something like that. So special projects, I help with especially the tasting passports. That's kind of one of my main focuses. So if you haven't seen them before, this is one we did in Cranbrook and Kimberley, and people have to get the stamps at all the breweries and then hand them in for prizes or to get onto the chance to win a big prize. I host the monthly virtual Hoppy Hour, which is something that we do on a Thursday. The next one's coming up at the end of the month. And that's on Instagram, and it's an hour-long session where I try to get 2 or 3 people on to chat with me about what's going on in their breweries or in their regions. And I helped out with the Explore BC Beer series that we did with the special beer launch. And yeah.
Great. Okay. So next up, we've got Tamara.
Hi, everybody. So a little bit of background on me. I'm a recent graduate from the Public Relations Diploma Program at Kwantlen Polytechnic University. Prior to that, I spent a couple of years working as the events coordinator at Old Yale Brewing, so a little bit of beer background in there as well. And I work really closely with Juliana, who's here with the presentation. So she studied arts at SFU. And obtained her publishing diploma from Langara College. Since then, she's worked in various roles in marketing, PR, graphic, and web design, and started with the Ale Trail in June of this year. So we're both pretty new to it, but really loving it. And what we do is manage all the social media channels for the Ale Trail, so everything across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. and we create fun, engaging content that pairs travel around BC with our craft breweries and partners and builds a really strong positive brand which supports diversity, equality, and inclusion. This also includes sharing posts and stories from our DMOs, breweries, influencers, and so on. We're always on the lookout for engaging content, great photos, events, you name it, anything fun in craft beer. And like all of you, we are also navigating the ever-changing algorithms. We're working on the shift to more video content, which we all know is what Instagram's loving lately. And those continual changes are something we're very aware of and we're working really hard to stay on top of and work with. So through both Instagram Reels and TikTok, we're able to create content in a way that's effortlessly consumed by our target audiences on social platforms that are becoming the new way to share information. On that note as well, Real Talk, the impact of video content, is going to be on in the sales and marketing room after this at 10:45. So great opportunity for everybody out there to get ahead of those trends and sharpen up your cinematic skills. We also use a lot of user-generated content, or UGC. So we use Crowdriff to collect those assets to use with your permission in our own content and promotions. So sometimes you'll get that request on social media to use your photo, and we ask you to please reply with the hashtag YesBCAT. It's very important that you guys reply with that exact hashtag. We also produce the newsletter that goes out monthly, sometimes more, to over 8,000 subscribers. This is a great way for us to recap the stories that have gone out recently and to help drive more traffic to those blog posts and features that are up on our website. Our most recent open rate is actually at about 48%, which is higher than industry average. We're also going to be launching an industry-specific newsletter. So this will be directed at our member breweries and ancillary businesses to keep you guys up to date on what the BC Ale Trail is working on and things you should know. So let us know what you want to know. Is there anything you have questions about? Is there anything you want regular updates on? Definitely, if something comes to mind, please reach out and let us know. We want this to be something that's really useful for you guys.
Tamara, do you want to do your giveaway right now?
Absolutely. So we had a newsletter that went out first thing this morning. So we're going to give away some swag to the first person out there who can tell me one of the topics that was covered in today's newsletter. Yep, North Shore, you got it. If you want to come on up, Juliana's got the swag table and she'll grab, who was that? There we go. Do you want to come on down now or after? Or, oh, awesome. Okay, awesome.
You can grab a mug and
The socks are awesome, right? Love the socks.
if you're not signed up for the newsletter, all you have to do is go to the BC Ale Trail website. A pop-up will flash up and you enter yourself in to get that newsletter. And if you don't open it, I'm going to send it again. Sorry, we talked about that in our social media session yesterday with Connor.
So yeah, brand guidelines. So tag us on social media, but a few things to keep in mind. As a Tier 1 co-op program partner under the Destination BC umbrella, our brand guidelines are heavily aligned with theirs. That really shows up in our feeds, which we carefully cultivate to tell our and your stories in a way that will captivate our audience's attention and motivate them to visit breweries and other ale trail businesses around the province. While DBC's unique selling proposition is BC's wilderness, our province has so much more to offer, as we all know, urban and cultural experiences, and this is where we can really add the BC Ale Trail's personality and let it shine. This is why we align with DBC's strategic brand essence, wild at heart. There's a sense of both refined civilization and raw wilderness, and of course our wonderful brewing community. So what we're looking for in photo content follows a lot of those same DBC guidelines. We love the candid shots, not those formal, stiff, posed, prom in the 90s kind of pictures. hopefully not too heavily filtered. We really want our content to look authentic. And of course, we also need to be very cognizant of those same regulations and standards that breweries are held to. So no active drinking, no skilled activities while drinking, like, mountain biking with an open beer in your hand. And I think we're over to Lundy.
All right, next up is Lundy.
Hello?
Hey.
I don't use mics. I usually have a cat filtering me in the front with a tail, too. So, hi, I'm Lundy. I think probably 50% of you probably know me. I am the membership coordinator for the BC Craft Brewers Guild, so I'm the one that usually sends you the official introduction when you want to become a member, and I follow up with everything else that gets involved with that. I also do the same for the BC Ale Trail. So I'm the administrator, I'm the behind-the-scenes person that kind of does everything that needs to get done to make things happen. And I've come on board with this lovely team and just taken on even more responsibilities. So I'm also the person that does your website. So when you need a website profile done on the Guild, that's usually the first thing I do. I work with Joe on the website on the Ale Trail, and then I follow up with the mobile app. So it's the 1, 2, 3. That's all I mentioned. So I'm also the one that follows up with you when you are on the Ale Trail and make sure that the GPS is working for you, that you can actually collect points, your customers can collect points, that people can get rewards, and just follow up and just make sure everything is working. And make sure you get the swag that you need, your coasters and your posters. Make sure that everyone knows that you're on the Ale Trail. And then the fun part is the swag fulfillment, when people get contests, when Joe does this virtual hoppy hour. I'm the one that's behind the scenes and making sure that people are answering their questions and they're not from Penticton. And then I send them out prizes. So, and anytime we have a contest for the BC Ale Trail, I'm the one that usually gets the fun stuff sent out. So that's the ones. And then I would say probably 50% of my time is spent on the mobile app. From the very beginning stage, from the time I have to get you set up, get your profile set up, doing the follow-up, making sure it's working, like I've already said, following up, making sure you get the swag and the content. We now are doing push notifications, and because of that, we can actually send out information to you instantly. Usually we try to do it about twice a week. So if we have a launch, if we have the North Shore Beer Week, if we're doing a special event, like for that occasion, we did an extra 50 points for anybody who was there, which was a cool thing. Then we also had a swag gift that we sent out. We'll do things like Kelowna Beer Week. We'll let people know ahead of time about Kelowna Beer Week. We'll let people know about a new ale trail that's coming out. So it's just an opportunity for all of you to find out, as we're doing it, what's going on. Launch parties, all that kind of fun stuff.
Why don't we pause here for a second, Lundy? Do you want to give your giveaway?
Oh. So we're going to do a push notification.
We just did the push notification in the app. Do you have the BC Ale Trail app? Bring up your phone.
So if you don't have an app, get it on. You can actually go into that poster, you can actually use the code.
For those of you who have the app and it's up to date and you got the push notification, who can tell us what it said? There you go. We just announced to our 21,000 followers that we have a brand new ale trail, the Sea to Sky Ale Trail. Who won? Put your hand up. Come on down and grab what you'd like off the table. So you need to make sure that your app is up to date, and you need to go into your notifications section in your phone and turn those notifications on. And I promise you we're not going to spam you. Now that's something brand new that we just brought out. Okay.
I think I've said everything.
Okay, so with the BC Ale Trail mobile app, this is a huge benefit to our breweries in the sense that we can give you reports on how many people are coming into your brewery, knowing about the BC Ale Trail, checking into the app while they're in your brewery. I can get postal code information so I can tell you whether it's all locals or whether they're travelers. People will come in and they'll collect points. Some of you are participating with a reward, and the idea with the reward is that you are tying that to a purchase, so you're not just giving away freebies. So we will fill a pint glass with beer, or sorry, you buy a pint of beer and we'll give you the glass branded that you can take home with you. That's a piece of your branding that goes out the door. Or it could be spend $25 in our tasting room and we'll give you 20% off merchandise. Again, they've bought something, they're going to buy another thing, they get 20% off, and then they're going to be wearing your merch out and about and sharing your branding. So that's one of the other ideas behind the BC Ale Trail app. And these are the app analytics. So we're at 21,000 users. A lot of people actually, maybe 50% of people will just use the app while they're traveling. They'll get to a new place. They arrive in Kamloops. What local breweries are close to me? The app is set up in a way that when they open up the app, the closest breweries will actually just pop up to the top and they'll be able to see, oh, look, there's all of these breweries in Kamloops. This is where I'll go. And then some people are just very active and they love the gamified part of the app. They will collect their points and then they will save those up to redeem for a reward. So we've got just over 300 locations. We've had 2.5 million location views in the app. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of people will just pull it up and read about the locations, find the ones that are close to them. We've had over 700,000 times somebody has walked into your brewery knowing about the BC Ale Trail and collected points. And then 15,000 rewards redeemed. So if you want to just think about that in dollar terms, if you think that each person spends $15 when they go into your tasting room, that's $10.7 million in revenue that we've tracked with the app since we launched it. It's pretty impressive, right? And we can give you admin access to the app so that you can go in and you can update your reward when you like. You can change some of your information when you like, and you can pull those reports yourself as well. So if you want that, you just have to email Lundy and she'll set you up with that. It takes 2 seconds. But I do recommend that you go in and you check your app location every now and then and make sure that your content is up to date. So now we're going to move on to the section where we tell you a little bit more about how you can help us to help you. And we'll start with Joe.
Yeah, so as the slide says, I'm always looking for story ideas for the blog and for, press releases and articles and things like that, things to talk about. So just if you have things going on in your breweries that you want to share with me, that's great. Or in your community, partnerships, things you're doing in your community, it's always fun. Events that you're involved in, things like that.
You've got a big blog coming up very soon that you're about to contact everyone about, right?
Yeah, I also do my seasonal beer blogs, and I'm going to be, I already sent out an email on Monday saying I'm going to be doing the holiday beers one at the end of the month. So send me your holiday themed beers and good quality photos and things like that. But also,
we had 70 in the last one, in the fall beers.
Yeah, they get very large, so keep sending me lots of good photos. For
we have a press release going out with the winter one as well. We'll be tying that together with holiday gift offers. So if your brewery has something super fun that you're offering as a gift pack for the holidays, let us know about that as well.
Yeah, and Lundy will put together a blog about holiday events probably as well. So now she is. So there you go. Also, take a look at your brewery page on the website if you haven't in a while, and let me know if anything needs to be updated on there. I think Lundy sends out a request for updates every year with the renewals, but it's a good thing to check on from time to time. Maybe something's changed that you want us to update on there. And I think I covered most of that there.
One other thing about your brewery profile page is to go through your gallery every now and then and just make sure that all of your photos are up to date. We had an instance recently where a staff member had been fired and they were featured in the gallery because they were part of a staff photo shoot and nobody let us know, and their face ended up on the side of a bus. So, we do get everyone to sign a consent form if you're featured in a photo. We use Destination BC's model consent form. And basically, we get permission. So anybody who's recognizable in any of the photos and video that we take, we have a consent form. We're very careful about that. So we were actually able to go and get that piece of paper and say to the person, well, you signed this piece of paper, but we're still going to do everything we can to take you down everywhere that we can. But please, if you have someone leave your brewery and maybe it's not in the best of circumstances and you know they're unhappy about having photos anywhere, just let us know. We need to know when things change about your brewery, whether it's simply your core beer lineup has changed or we have to, you know, take some photos down from your gallery. Please just let us know. Go in there and check every few months that everything's up to date. Okay? Did you want to do your giveaway now, Joe?
Oh, yeah, we're going to do a giveaway. So, for the next giveaway prize, the first person who can tell me what ale trail we are on here in New Westminster. Oh. North of the Fraser, who said it? Right?
Yes, north of the Fraser.
Come on up. This is Matter of Beer, folks. Give him a hand. He's already wearing BC Ale Trail swag. Matt's a blogger and, well, how would you describe yourself? Educator, I guess, based over in Victoria, in Sydney. Right on.
All right, social media.
Social media. So yeah, tag us. Just tag us all the time. New beer releases, events, Thirsty Thursday, whatever you've got going on. Whenever you tag us, we're going to be able to see those posts and stories or reels, whatever it happens to be. We endeavor to interact in one way or another with every single post that tags us. So keeping in mind our brand guidelines, the look of our feeds, as well as not wanting to oversaturate certain topics, we might not always be able to share those posts or stories or what have you. We might just be able to like and comment, but that's still going to help with engagement. That's still going to help with post visibility. And just keep tagging us, please. And it's worth stating again, so when we comment asking if we're able to share your photo and ask you to reply with that hashtag, YesBCAT, it's very, very important that you use the exact hashtag. What it does, it automatically saves that images into a CrowdRiff folder for us that we can then go back and search through and look for when we're looking for specific content to tell a story that we're working on. So yeah, that one's really, really important. Please and thank you.
Membership.
Okay. The nice thing about being last is everyone's already said everything. But I guess basically for me, reminders are that when I do send out the forms, I'm talking to you, Sam Payne, that it would be great if you return them and fill them up, because the sooner you do that, the sooner I can get you on the website, I can get you on the app, I can get you set up and follow up and then make sure everyone knows about you. So it's really important that I don't have to bug you 3 or 4 or 6 times. So that's good. I'm not nagging, sorry, but it's just like it's a challenge sometimes because I'm just trying to do a job. I'm trying to do the best I can for you, and it's really hard when I can't get the information. Let us know when you've got staff changes, as Monica mentioned. It's there are things that happen out there, but also we get a lot of emails bounced. So when I'm trying to send emails to you or get information, I want to know who your staff are so we can actually make sure the right people get the information that are needed. We now are doing, we've got our MailChimp database. So if you want to make sure you get all the guild information, if you want to know what's up to date, just let me know. I mean, it's a quick email just saying, by the way, this person's gone and this person needs to know what's happening, and we can update that right away. When we're dealing with the mobile app, when I send you the information, you will get an automatic administration opportunity to get into the back end. Please check and make sure your GPS location is correct, because I don't want to find out 3 months later that I've got customers that have come to visit you and they can't collect their points because they can't find you. So all it is take some time. We know we have a few issues with the mobile app sometimes. It can be a little bit odd, especially if you're in the middle of a farm. It's trying to figure out that perfect location and area around that people can actually access you. So as soon as you get back to me, I think with Karen and Melanie at Locality, it took us about 6 tries because they've got a huge space. So it's like, how do we know when what entrance people are coming from? And they've got picnics and they've got, all kinds of stuff. So it can be challenging, but we can work together. I can get into the back end and I can make it work. And we want to make sure our customers, our people are happy that they're getting their points, they're getting their rewards because, it's, for that part, that's the fun part for them. So anyway, whatever you can do to help me with that is great. Let your staff know when you've got staff changeovers. Let them know about the BC Ale Trail. A lot of people don't. I mean, I live in Penticton, and I have walked in a couple of the breweries where I'm talking to staff, and they don't know what it is. So it's really important that you just, get them to download the app, get them to look at the website. There's tons of great information out there. Just get them to get comfortable with it. So, again, keeping your customers happy and keeping your staff. I mean, it's a fun thing for everybody. And it's a great learning tool. So just keep that in mind. What else? When I send you the BC Ale Trail promo pack, get your window stickers up on the wall or on your beer fridge. Get the pins out. Give them to customers. Get your staff to wear them. Again, let customers know that you're on the BC Ale Trail. Let your staff know you're on the BC Ale Trail. So that's really important. And I'm sure I'm going to forget something, and Monica will tell you all about it.
I think you got it all.
Yep, I think you've said everything else. I was going to talk about the person on the bus, but you've done that.
Thanks, Lundy. All right, a couple of last quick points from me. So communicate and engage with your local destination marketing organization. Tag them in your stuff. Invite them to your events. Let them know what you're doing. They often have funding to put towards various initiatives throughout, not just part of the application, but it may be something throughout the year. Maybe you're collaborating with a local restaurant or something that's a little different. Actively participate in the marketing tactics that your DMO has funded and partnered with us on. Ask questions if you don't understand something that we're rolling out to you. Give suggestions for improvements if needed. Give feedback or praise for things you found really beneficial. We'd love to know what worked really well for you. And just to help you with keeping your staff up to date and also yourselves up to date on the BC Ale Trail, where to find what you need, the how to know where to find that code when someone comes in to redeem for points in the app. We get contacted all the time. What's the code? What's the code? But we send out an info sheet to all of you when you get signed up. And I know it's hard to hang on to those kinds of things. So we're putting together an actual brewery handbook, and that'll be coming out to you in February. So we'll be helping you with keeping that information handy. And that was it. I've got one more giveaway, maybe two. What does DMO stand for? Destination Marketing Organization. All right, who is that? Come and get it. All right. Do we have one more question? Oh, okay. Okay, well, that was it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, you guys. We're going to have a break. I just do want to say this is one of the things that we started when we wanted to add value is a member benefit. This is one of the member benefits, one of the original member benefits, and I hope that you all agree that it has paid back in spades. We did not think it would get this big. I never thought we'd have this staff. Like, it's crazy. It's a lot of work to manage, but it really reaps its benefits. So we're back at 10:45. Okay, thanks.